Hi, hello, and welcome to today's haul video. As I've said in a previous haul video, my intention was to do a combined January birthday extravaganza, but to try and save me some pain, as I am getting particularly busy across March, April, and May, unfortunately, I'm splitting it into two videos. Do forgive me, there are still lots to share with you. It'll also help save my voice, which didn't do so great on the last one. Also, on the last one, for whatever reason, things kept going blurry. I've no idea why. I'm going to try and keep a better eye on it and make sure that that doesn't happen. So apologies for that, though I think if you're a member, you're going to see these videos pretty much back to back. If you're not a member, the video is going to be like weeks apart. Anywho, so yes, this is an accumulation of bits throughout January. There's a whole bunch of different stuff. I ended up going to Leeds quite a few times to see different people, and I might have stopped by some manga stores each time. I also had some pre-orders come in from SciFier. I had done some second-hand ordering in December that I didn't open until January, as well as some very kindly gifted books from some publishers. We have a lot to go through. Let's go. Where should we start? Let's do pre-orders. So this is some pre-orders from SciFier, and the first volume I have to share with you is the Otherworlds books Depend on the Bean Counter, volume 6. Now, I did pre-order this one. It arrived early January. I actually saved it a few days because I had been really busy and working long hours, and I was like, I need to have a good night's sleep to be able to take this in. And it was just as wonderful as the rest of the series. I was delighted to read it. It was beautiful. There were some absolutely smashing moments with these two. Oh, absolute delight of a series. 10 out of 10. We didn't get a volume in 2025. Now, volume 7 came out towards the end of 2025 in Japan, and it tends to be just over a year, so I'm not sure if we're going to get volume 7 in English this year as well. If not, it's probably going to be early next year. So volume 5 came out December 2024, and then 6 came out January 2026. So it's been like 13-ish months between volumes. So my guess, if we're going to follow that trend, is it's going to be February next year, which... okay. We also had the anime come out in January this year. I have not stayed up to date with watching it, I know, forgive me. I'm going to do a binge fest in the Discord server, I think, once the whole thing is out. But I'm very happy with it. But I think I'd have been happy with anything. I'm just so smitten with the series. I won't talk about them all for that long. The next pre-order I have is Villains Are Destined to Die 2. This is the novel of the series. We have these lenticular designs. We've got one of the male protags there. This is I've forgotten his name. I've gone absolutely blank his name. Reynolds? I've gone completely blank on how to pronounce it. It's one of the brothers that isn't Derek. And he's grown on me in the manhwa as well. I haven't looked to see where this one ends, actually. I'm not sure. I'll need to read these. I think I want to do a dedicated video to reading these. Okay, next, not necessarily some pre-orders, but these are actually some hangovers from my birthday order. They just shipped out about a week later from everything else. So we have The Reincarnated Witch Spells Doom, volume 7. This has been a fun isekai. This volume is, I feel, unfortunately thin. It's a really thin volume, which is a bit of a shame. I've been enjoying what I've read so far, but I don't think it's outstanding. But I'm a few volumes behind. I might try and read more this month or an isekai month. Next we have a Faku volume, which means I'm only going to show you like that bit, show you how thick it is. This is a title I was kind of elated to see, and initially I got an email saying we haven't got it in stock, do you want a refund? And I was like, no, hold on to it please. I don't think it's actually out yet. So the title of this one is called The Streets Are Alive with the Sound of Moaning. I have a weird soft spot for hilariously punny Faku titles, and this has been added to the mix alongside Monster Girls with a Need for Seed. Next we have The Girl Past the Filters, volume 1. This got a lot of excitement when Yen Press announced it, and I think this is one of the ones they announced at MCM London, which I was there for. I don't think I fully realised it was a plastic wrapped, but I think that's just me being idiotic, especially looking at this cover, but I'm going in fairly blind. Next we have Otherworldly Izakaya Nobu volume 8. If you've watched my birthday haul, you'll have heard me talk about in my birthday order I tried to start picking up like gap fillers, and this is one I needed. This is the only volume I think I don't have of Izakaya Nobu. I don't know if they've like stopped printing it or if it's complete at 10, but I think there is only 10 volumes out in English. I'm not sure if there's more on Japanese. I haven't really looked into it, to be honest. Oh, that's interesting. A number of them I have of like French flaps, but these do not. this one doesn't, sorry. Okay, the last one that was a late birthday shipping was Super Ball Girls Volume 2, plastic wrapped. I don't know if I enjoyed it, but it was weird enough. I kind of want to see what's happening a bit more. But it was also kind of gross all at once. So I've got like morbid curiosity on this one, which I don't with a lot of other like gross ones. I'll probably give it another couple to decide if it's too gross for me to stay with it. Next we have some volumes that were very kindly sent to me from publishers. So first off we have Panini, and I got 4 volumes from them. First we have Daily Life of Middle-Aged Online Shopper Volume 4. I have fallen a bit behind with reading this one because I haven't read my Volume 3 either. I feel like it's a more comedic, silly version of Campfire Cooking, if you're aware of that series. Very similar powers. He's able to purchase things through some form of online storefront. Bit more harem-y, this one. It depends what you're up for, but I've quite enjoyed it. It's very dumb. Next we have How I Attended an All Guys Mixer Volume 3. I did quite enjoy Volume 1. I need to pick up Volume 2. I'm missing Volume 2. And then I could read both of these together. I kind of like the covers kind of sideways so we can see them like they're all sat next to each other facing us. Next we have Jeanette the Genius Volume 3. I have been enjoying this one. This is like just super cute, lovely couple doing like great things together. In this case, they're running businesses, but like kind of like moral businessing, I guess, which is quite nice to read about. And the people who are not moral are getting like some comeuppance, which I always enjoy to read as well. But she's a very smart businesswoman. And then we also have Kingdom Hearts Volume 3. So original Kingdom Hearts is complete at 4 volumes, so we just have one more. You might be able to guess which world they go to in this volume, though I think they actually go to a fair few. I'm very fond of Disney, especially The Little Mermaid, so this was quite a fun read, especially as I have not yet played the original Kingdom Hearts, or at least not that far through. I'd definitely recommend if you're a fan of the game. Next we have some volumes from Yen Press. I think this was a couple of parcels. So first off we have Hina Tsugimura. I think this might be a one-shot. It is also a hardcover. I haven't yet read it because I understand it might be a horror, and I very much will need to be in the right mindset, and it'll need to be bright and airy and middle of the day, and I'll need Ben sitting near me, and just to be sort of, yeah, mentally okay to jump into it. But I will, because I do appreciate and I would like to review and share my thoughts on it, just not yet. Then we have Scenes from Aojima Volume 1. I have also seen a lot of people quite excited for this series. My understanding is it's following a group of girls at a all-girls school, and every chapter follows a different pairing of girls, and I don't think it's necessarily always romantic. It's just sort of the two of them together. Some of them are though, and we see each of the chapter names from the characters, and some of the characters appear in multiple chapters. So one of my main issues I had with this was I got a bit confused around some of the characters. Some of them look quite similar, some of them are also taking place in different points during time, and I didn't realise. And there were characters I thought were the same person and then they weren't. I felt quite similar to when I read Lynx, that Tokyo Pop one-shot. I just got a bit confused on who was who, and I think it like diminished some of my enjoyment. On the chapters where I could tell the difference, I was vaguely enjoying it. But then there were chapters where I have no idea who's who or what's going on, because I thought you didn't like that person. Oh, but you are that person. What? That is very much a me issue, which is fine. Next we have Lilies Blooming in 100 Days. This is a one-shot, it's a GL one-shot. It was a really interesting concept. I kind of quite liked it, or I liked some of them. So basically every page is another day, and we are having like a little mini scenario of 2 women on each of these days. It could be like gone to the cinema, they're playing a game together, they could be waking up and making breakfast together. They're all like completely independent, different scenarios involving women loving women. I really like the art style. The art style is very pretty. Some of the days I would happily read a whole full series, like 10, 15, 20 volumes of it, over just having one page. There are some scenarios I think would put people off. There are some scenarios with student-teacher, there are scenarios with cousins. Whether or not you feel like that can put down the rest of it, or would it put you off reading the rest of it because of it, I think that's up for you to decide. There was still enough in here that I did quite like and enjoy to say I would potentially recommend it, but look into it to decide if you would be up for reading it yourself. I think I did a longer review on my Storygraph account as well, so check that out too. So we have Beatrice Volume 1. This is a new, I was going to say ice press, it's not an ice press, it's a yen press. It's a new manhwa though from Yen Press. It's a period romance where the girl Noble is, her whole family's been taken over and murdered and she's been left alive slightly-ish by accident. She's kind of been forgotten. She's gone into sort of working into slavery in this castle now, and now she's like renamed herself, she's cut her hair. I think, is it an isekai? Yeah, it is definitely an isekai because I flipped a bit where she mentioned Korea. So she's kind of taken on her name from when she was living in Korea, and she worked as a doctor or to do with drugs, medicine in Monday, so she's ended up helping out with the doctors, apothecarists, and she's like slightly getting close to him, and I assume it's a romance, and I assume it's a romance between the pair of them. I feel this is probably going to be quite polarizing if people enjoy this one, because I mean, he very much did murder her family and then tried to murder her. If you can get past that, I personally am fine with it in books, really, because it's books, it's not real, it's pretend, but not everyone will be, which is absolutely fine. Last volume is Wonder Boy, which is probably one of the thickest manga volumes I own in my collection. Could not believe when I opened the box to see this. Look, it's like 4 fingers wide. It's so chunky. So I think this is an omnibus. I think it's like 800 pages long. I also have not yet read this because omnis are just hard to read. It's not even like, oh, you can't read it too quickly, you can't add it to your count. That's not the issue. The issue is my thumbs aren't strong enough to hold this open. But it is an absolute beast. And the understanding is, there's a mysterious traveler angel-like character that keeps appearing throughout history. So it's a series of stories and there is a constant. I'm assuming there's going to be an ongoing plot with them, but the way it reads on the back doesn't quite sound like that, but I'm assuming it must. No idea how many there are. This is an omni, so I think is it 4? Is it a 4-in-1? A 3-in-1? I don't know. But it's thick, it's chunky, and that's crazy. I kind of like the spine though. I kind of like this red and textured. Our last volume, very kindly sent from a publisher, is Baroness Goes on Strike, and this was sent from Crossed Hearts Publishing, which is a new publisher. So they initially reached out to me July 2025, asking about promoting their series. I think a lot of people who received messages from them didn't believe they were real because they didn't even have a website or anything. Turns out they are. This is their first volume out. They seem to be trying to get into, I thought at first it was just manhwa, but it looks like it's manhwa, manga, and they also have a GL imprint, which is quite nice to see. I have read this one and I did quite like it. If you like your period manhwa sort of series, it reminds me a lot of Marriage of Convenience, but kind of the other way around. So in Marriage of Convenience, it's a time loop series, and the first time around she's very lavish, spends a lot of money, and then the second time around she's like, actually I need to cut back, that was terrible. Baroness Goes on Strike is kind of the same but the other way around. It's a back in time, and her first time around she lived for the people, she lived for the family, she lived for her land, people. And then the second time around she's like, no, I'm going to be more selfish. I'm going to have some me time. I'm going to stand up and not be a doormat, basically. I mean, she's still a good person and she's still putting time into being good and nice, but being a bit more like selfless a bit. I don't think it's anything too remarkable, but if you enjoy that kind of series, you'll probably enjoy this one. As for the actual volume, I am a little disappointed. I find the cover is really stiff. I don't know how to describe it. It actually made it a bit tricky to read if I was flicking pages. It didn't bend as nice. The outside's just really, really stiff, whereas the pages are quite thin in comparison. And what it's actually meant as well is that it is creased on the inside pages from the French flaps and from the gifted bonuses. And it's done it on the front and the back here. And I've seen some copies where the indents have gone quite a decent way through the volume. So I've seen a couple of different gifted bonuses. I've seen people in the US have gotten a fancy box with I've forgotten what the word is, a card, board, picture, a square board with a picture on it. I've gone completely blank. Sometimes you get them as bonuses in the US with manga, but you don't tend to get them in the UK. I received the plastic wrapped early edition copy with some bonuses in the back here, I don't have them on me. I'll try and take some pictures and share them. So there was a photo card of the female character and a pop-up. I think the pop-up is an odd choice because I don't really want to display it. Personally, I'm fine with photo cards and postcards. I'm fine with that. I like that. Also, they come with note pages at the back of every chapter, which I also think is a bit of an odd choice. I personally don't want to write in my books, and the material used for colour pages is just really shiny, and I don't feel like lends well to writing on that nicely. I really do hope that things go well for Crossed Hearts. I also had a misprint cut on one of my pages, which was folded in. I do hope things go well. They seem to be trying to do a lot of female targeted series, and they've even announced a GL imprint, which is great. You don't really see that much. GL definitely suffers for love in the English print. It's doing a bit better as of late, but it's really nice to see a dedicated imprint. I'm going to feed this back to the publisher, and I really hope that they listen, because I think the cover just needs to be more soft. It doesn't need to be so stiff. When you compare it to like a yen press manhwa, I don't know how easily it's going to show because I can't I can see how much it like wobbles when I bend. Whereas this wobbles a lot less, even makes a lot more noise. But yeah, I hope they take some feedback about the physical copies to heart, and they look to try and improve that, because they've announced so many series already, including like the Ray Liana light novel. It'd be nice to see the quality go up a bit too. Speaking of GL, we have something a little bit different. So there is a Kickstarter from I think it's from the GL magazine publisher, Gallette. So Galette do a Kickstarter every now and again for the next volume of their magazine. We've now hit the 4th one, and you could do add-ons to buy previous. Oh, that's really shiny. To do add-ons for the previous. I was gonna flick through, but I've no idea if it's like mature or not. I haven't read these yet. But yeah, these are GL magazines, and they do Kickstarters to translate them into English, basically. And I have 1 to 4 now, so I backed the 4th one. And I got some bonuses. I got an acrylic stand, I got some postcards, and a special booklet. And I think they intend to do more. I think 5 is in the next few months. Again, trying to support GL and lesser represented demographics and such where possible. But these are really neat. I'm excited to go through these. Next we'll do some used ones, and then we'll go on to what I picked up in store. So this is a mix, I think, of like World of Books, Awesome Books, We Buy Books. There's just a few, I think. First, we have 2 volumes of Hayate Combat Butler. We have 28 and 29. I just spilled some water. These are both library copies. I don't mind too much when they have these plastic. Oh, I'll need to get this off. I don't mind too much the plastic wallets, because they do tend to keep the volumes in pretty decent condition. They stop the corners getting nicked too much, and they're not too bad to cut out, basically. I've been slowly accumulating this series for years now, predominantly secondhand, and I'm now missing like 3 volumes before I have a clear run to 42. I think 46 is out, so I am now behind on later releases, but that's fine. The later 20s have been the faffier ones to find. I love how colourful they are. Next we have Punch Up Volume 7. A mildly blind pickup in that I have some earlier volumes of Punch Up, and this very nicely fell into, I think, the similar price bracket of other things I was picking up on World of Books, and they do deals. I think it's like if you buy 4, get 1 free. So if you keep them to a similar price bracket, it's like getting 25% off. But I am missing volumes. I think I have 1 to 4 and now 7. Next we have Orisama Teacher Volume 26. I had been like quite aggressively picking these up secondhand for quite a while, and then it sort of cleared up, like I couldn't find any, so I just put a pause on it. And then saw another one. It's a long series in the early 30s, complete, but I think it might be out of print at this point, or just very hard to find. All of my volumes have pretty much been secondhand or in sale sections. Next we have Prince of Tennis Volume 1. I'm mildly disappointed that Volume 1 wasn't the last volume I picked up of Prince of Tennis. I am now missing only 2 volumes of the series before it's complete, and Volume 1 was like the 3rd from last volume I needed. Just realised it was all that shininess on the cover, trying to stop that. I was quite elated to see it because I haven't really seen Volume 1 out in English that often, or it's been like 20 quid and I'm like, nah. especially when I've paid like £3 for most of the other volumes I have. Missing 2 volumes in the 30s, one of them apparently is really notoriously hard to find, so I think there's hope for a reprint. Next we have Happy Marriage, Volume 1. Picked up loads of this quite early in my content making days, and then I couldn't find Volume 1 or 4. And then I found Volume 1. Still missing Volume 4, but at least I could actually start reading the series if I fancied. I think this was also a World of Books purchase, but it's actually pretty decent condition. It's fine. Was that something naughty? Oh, no, he's covered. Last couple from, actually no, wait, there's more down there. I only picked up the small ones. We have a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh volumes, so we have Millennium World 5 and Duelist 9. I was going to say 6, it's upside down. This I've been piecemealing for a couple of years now, and I think I'm now only missing like 7 volumes before I'm complete on all the original Yu-Gi-Oh series. So that's Yu-Gi-Oh, Duelist and Millennium World. I kind of like the original ones, and it's like 42 volumes combined. I like that Yu-Gi-Oh is 7, Millennium World is 7, and then Duelist is like 24. Wait, does that add up to 42? I'll have to check my spreadsheet for exact numbers of how long everything is. Yeah, every now and again I just see another one that I need, but there are less and less I need now, and it's mostly like later Millennium World. I need 6 and 7 of Millennium World. Next, I picked up Volume 9 of Dogs. I wasn't going to rush to grab the series. Again, I picked it up because it fell in a similar price bracket to other series that I've picked, volumes that I've picked up. I got a good deal for like 0 to 8, I believe, on Vinted a while back. And I see everything I see about the series is praising it. It's good. I've just not yet gotten to it. Next we have Wash It All Away Volume 3. I'd been putting off picking the series up because Square Enix volumes are pricey. And then I found this from a secondhand seller for like £7, which is pretty decent for this when its RRP is like $14.99. Volumes 1 and 2 were just so nice and peaceful. Absolutely lovely. So I was really glad to get another volume so I can read some more. Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Volume 10. This is a series for Ben. He's been reading it. I really loved it, but volumes are really hard to find, and I'm still missing, I think, 1 more before we have a clear run to being back up to date again. So it was nice to find another one we needed to fill a gap so we can get a little bit further now. Next we have Last Game Volume 6, and I was quite excited to see Volume 6 because it is the next volume I need in the series. I'm quite behind and not up to date with what is out. I think it might be complete now at like 11, but because I wanted to wait, I think, and also so many of the volumes I've picked up have been on sale secondhand. That's kind of how I want to pick up the rest. Similar vibes to Kaguya-sama Love is War, and I quite like that. And I did quite like Volume 1, minus the fact I think half of Volume 1 was like another story, because they needed to meet the page count, and the first like start of this series was meant to be a one-shot. There was something about it, but yeah, it was odd and amusing all at once. Anywho, another one of this. Finally, second-hand pickups. I got 5 volumes of Maggie Lumiere. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, clear run. These were all like £7 before doing the deal, so I could get 25% off them, which I'm quite happy about. Lots of people seem to love the series, especially Geeky Dreams. She is quite desperate for me to read this. She says it's pretty much one of the only mangas she's like actively, as soon as a volume comes out, she reads it. So that is very high praise to me. On my hit list for the next couple of months, and I think I'm almost back up to date now with all of these. So it was nice to get a good chunk of the series secondhand and discounted. Discounted more important than secondhand. The secondhand is also nice. Okay, now we are on to pickups in store. And I think we'll start with the closest one, which is Forbidden Planet Leeds. So first we have Teogonia Volume 2. Volume 2, this is an isekai series from Panini. It was quite intriguing because it's not like an outright, he has the same personality memories. He has like memories and things seeping through into his consciousness. But also there's like a whole overpowered system and all. And it's not like a typical sort of fantasy setup. I quite enjoyed it. Next we have City Volume 6. I picked this up because I think it was the only volume of City I didn't nab late last year, and I saw they had like the one I needed, and I thought let's just fill that gap in so I can read it all together. Actually, I might not have the last volume, but I now just don't have a gap at least. Next we have Orb 7-8, so this is the 4th Omni. I think this is the last one as well. I think there's only 4. I think I now have 3. I think I might be missing 5, 6 to be complete. I really badly want to read this. I think it is the sort of thing I will enjoy because I love space and astronomy, and I'm hoping there's a lot of talk about that. I'm going to be going in fairly blind to this though, because I know there's an anime and it's well received, but I genuinely be very blind and I'm looking forward to reading it because of that. Next we have Blue Lock 26. I vaguely picked this up to make a 3 for 2 because I was very behind on Blue Lock. I'm like 4 volumes behind because it's releasing so quickly, and I've not stayed up to date because I'm not reading it up to date, so I might as well just hold off. But I needed to make a 3 for 2, and this was one of the few series I saw that I'm like actively collecting and kind of reading. It is definitely on my hit list for this year when I have like a sports binge at some point. I just now need to fill a gap of like 5 volumes or something crazy. Next we have Past the Monster Meet Milady Volume 9. Actually very recently, as in a couple of days ago, I started catching up, back up to date with reading this. I think I've only read up to Volume 6 though. I think I read, did I? Yeah, I read 3 to 6, so I still have 7, 8 and 9 to read now that I've got this. Absolutely smitten with the female character and how they're drawn and the dresses they're drawn in, and the fact that at the back of the volume, do we have it in this one as well? The manga draws out the dresses from like chapter covers and volume covers. Just, oh yeah. Also be careful about reading it if you're hungry. One of the reasons I stopped reading, and I'm gonna hold off reading 7, 8, 9, is because it's a lot about food and I get hungry, and I'm mostly doing my reading before bed, and I don't really want to be eating that late, so I got quite annoyed. So I'm putting off reading it. I need to schedule reading it like after I've eaten a big meal. I was pretty excited to see these volumes. We have volumes 1 and 2 of Little Mushroom. So many people have been so excited for this. So many people were so excited it got a print. On principle, I didn't want to buy from the publisher because I got annoyed at them with their Kickstarter. I did a video about it. I've let go of my anger, but my preference is to wait till I see it in store or online. And here it is. I managed to wait, see it in store, and pick it up in a 3 for 2. The RRP was $20.99. I think I got Orb. I think that was a similar price bracket. But they are hardcover and they are very pretty. I am quite soft on these like rainbow sparkles on the cover, and I can't wait to read the story. Going back to a series we've already talked about, we have volumes 9 and 10 of Magilumia Magical Girls Inc. Again, I'd actually picked a volume up and I was like, do I make a 3 for 2? And then I saw they had 9 and 10 of this, and I thought, well, I can just like quickly get back up to date with this. So yeah, I have like, I don't know if 10 is the latest, but that's still a decent way through the series for me to read. Geeky, this is for you. This is the volume I saw and got excited to make another 3 for 2 with, and that is Snowball Earth Volume 7. I read 1 to 3 mid last year, really quite enjoyed it. I kept putting off reading 4, 5, 6 because I wanted to film the reading vlog that I read 1 to 3 in, and I didn't want to read further into the story before I talked about 1 to 3, and it took me a while to record that. And now I need to just sort out and put away some of my manga volumes to pull out 4, 5, 6 again, and now I can read 7 as well. But I'd really enjoyed the premise, I'd enjoyed the characters, I liked the action, and I'm looking forward to more. This was a mildly naughty pickup because I think I got this on the trip we'd gone to around my birthday. I've seen these on the shelves for quite a few years now. It is a series that is a bit trickier to pick up, so I thought I'd pick up some of the volumes I know are trickier to pick up, so to make it easier. And we have 3 volumes of Carnival. We have volumes 10, 11 and 14. Interesting to see that 14 is plastic wrapped, and it doesn't look like it's plastic wrapped from Forbidden Planet. It looks like that's publisher plastic wrapped. I'm still missing like 3 or 4 volumes till it's complete, but they weren't too bad. The RRP being a mix of they're all $15.99. Some of them were also $14.99 and $13.99. I assume some of the older ones. I think they've been sat on there for quite a while now. Next we have Akashi Hunter's Bride Volume 6. Adore the series, have already read the volume. It's getting good. We're starting a new arc now. We're seeing the female character getting more confident. We're seeing the husband just love his wife and be lovely to his wife. Oh, absolutely adore it. Highly recommend. I think we're getting a new volume like every other month or something at the moment. Crazy. Not as crazy as my weird sudden adoration for this next series. We have 3 volumes of Nina the Starry Bride. We have 11, 12 and 13. I have become obsessed with the series a lot. I talk again in my birthday haul because I picked up some more volumes. I randomly have decided to try and read a load of my large format Kodansha this year, hence why I feel like there's a bit more of a skew towards it than usual in my hauls. Randomly decided to add some into my birthday online order, and then I started reading it and I was like, Ben, when we go in store, I just need to grab any volumes they have. Truth, I'm going to be completely honest, I did not get volume 12 in store. I ordered it online because I couldn't find 12. I needed 12 And I'm so glad I did, because I gave 12 10 out of 10. I've become obsessed. I've got a problem. I love him. I love Seth. I love this volume. I love Nina. Ah! I have pre-ordered volume 14. It comes out on the 24th of February. I'm very excited. I also have some merch coming from Neokyo. Super duper duper excited. Highly recommend. Also has an anime. Next we have a couple of volumes of Gachi Akuta. We have 6 and 9, specifically because these were the only 2 volumes they had in Forbidden Planet. I had started to read some at the end of January. I read 1 to 3. I think I do actually have volume 4, so I can read another volume, but they didn't have 5, 7 or 8, so I just grabbed the couple they had and I'll pick up the rest at a later date. I think I'm kind of liking the premise. I'm not sure if I'm getting on with the art style, but again, that's a me problem. Next we have volume 7 and 8 of Mages of the Library. These are chunky volumes. Are they 30? Yeah. One was $12.99 and one was $13.99. These are chunky volumes. I've started reading volume 2. So again, this is a series I'm going to try and catch up on because it's a large form cadenture. But because I'm finding it quite a slow read, not like it's bad or anything, there's a lot to take in, which is absolutely fine, but I'm just going through it a lot slower. So I'm going through it piecemeal and taking breaks with other series in between, just so I can, hi Yuna, just to like keep my flow of of reading. But I've enjoyed it so far. I'm just being very slow at it. Next, another series coming back again. We have volumes 4 and 5 of Wash It All Away. I think this brings me up to date now. I think there is just 5 out. When I knew at this point I had volume 3, and then I saw these on the shelves, and the RRP was $13.99, which is a bit cheaper than I see it as the RRP online. I was like, oh, okay, let's do it. Let's grab them so I'm up to date, and I can just have some really nice, chill, peaceful vibes reading this series. I love it. So that's everything from Forbidden Planet International. We're now on to Traveling Man, which I think might be our last stack. I'm going to do these 3 together. We have 3 steamship titles. We have Adored by an Elite Officer, Could This Be Love Volume 3, and that's the final volume. We have Virgin Marriage Volume 3, which isn't the final volume, and then we have Don't Hold Back Lord Hades Volume 2. So this is the final volume. This completes it. The story is The smut scenes are quite fun to read. I'd say it's some of the more fun smut scenes in Steamship. That's its positive to me. Virgin Marriage is fine. It's getting better now that they're being a bit less awkward around each other and communicating more, but I found it a very slow start. Volume 3, I now feel like I'm starting to enjoy it proper. And then Don't Hold Back Lord Hades. If you're a fan of mythology and boning, here you go, try this one. We're seeing more and more gods as well getting introduced, which is quite fun to see them all interact together. We have a BL one-shot. We have Wimpy Demon King and Sundre Hero. It was okay. I think they got over their difficulties a bit too quickly to get them into a relationship because it's a one-shot. Parts of it I quite liked, parts of it I didn't enjoy. It was very, very hit or miss for me. Next we have some Viz Media. So we first have Super Psychic Policeman JoJo Volume 1, a new Shonen Jump, from Viz. Was quite excited to see this on the shelf. I hadn't realised it was coming out. Always happy to give new Shonen Jump titles a try, because I'm quite fond of them. Next we have the latest Hunter x Hunter Volume 38. After I did my mega Shonen Jump binge of catching up with series last year, I was umming about picking a series to just try and read in completion, and Hunter x Hunter is probably one of the higher ones on my list to give a go. There's a few where I've read Volume 1, like Blue Exorcist or The Grey Man. Actually, I've read a few of Blue Exorcist. But Hunter x Hunter I've read nothing about, and I don't really know anything about it either, apart from the weird clown man. But I also know it's going to be a while between volumes, but I think I might be fine with that. But if I were to do that, I'd definitely do a specific dedicated reading vlog. My plan is anything over 15 volumes, I'll do a dedicated reading vlog. But I need to just finish sorting out how I'm going to do those, which will hopefully just be in the next couple of months or so, and then I can start cracking on with them. Next we have Kill Blue Volume 4. I think I'm going to stop here picking up unless I'm trying to make a 3 for 2, and then see what I think if I want to stay up to date with it. I quite liked Volume 1, it was quite funny, but will that gimmick hold true and be fun for me for the rest of the series, or will it peter out? Next we have Kagurabachi Volume 5. I think I might do the same with this one. I'm going to hold off picking too many more unless I need to make a 3 for 2 until I've caught back up to date with this one, and then make a decision. I think it was one where I couldn't just read Volume 1, I needed to read a bunch of volumes together, so it's why I've kind of held off. Maybe I'll get one more and then I can read 5 volumes in one go. Maybe. I think 6 is actually out recently, so I won't have to wait too long. I'm usually pretty slow at getting new releases nowadays. Next we have Bugle Call Song of War, Volume 4. Same with this one, haven't started it. I think I'll wait for one more and then read 5 at once. I go through Shonen Jump so quickly, though this one might be more wordy than some other ones. So usually I try and do at least 3 volumes, but I feel like with Shonen Jump I kind of want to do 5. Next we have Fed Up Office Lady Wants to Serve the Villainess, Volume 2. I ummed about grabbing this one because I was a bit indifferent to Volume 1, but I've heard people say that like it picks up or the GL starts to become more of a thing, though there is a bit of an age gap if I remember correctly. I don't know, I'll give it a couple more volumes and see like how it feels, what it's like, and then make a decision. My Death Flag show no sign of ending Volume 2. I quite enjoyed Volume 1. It is my kind of isekai series. The guy is isekai as the villain and he's trying to just mitigate that. I don't feel like too often we see a male character isekai as the villain. We get a lot of villainess. I don't feel like we see it too often as the male character. What I've quite liked about this one is, even though like in his head he has good intentions because he is the villain character, no matter what villainous kind of things come out of his mouth, even if that's not what he's intending to say or is in his head. It's just kind of an interesting, different take on it, really, and I've quite enjoyed it, so it's nice to have another one. Now, I think this crease was me, but we have a couple of volumes of Nicola traveling around the demon's world. We have 2 and 3. This is apparently a short and sweet series complete, I think at 4 volumes, I believe. I am missing Volume 1. These have been on the shelves at Travelling Man for years and years and years. I've had it recommended to me actually a few times, but because I've looked online and seen Volume 1 a bit tricky to get, I've held off. I decided to just nab 2 and 3, and then I'm going to try and do another hunt for Volume 1, see if I can nab that and have this complete. Next we have Super String Marco Polo's Travel in the Multiverse Volume 2. I still don't fully understand what the story is about or what's happening. I was super duper confused. Something about traveling in the multiverse, something about this pet, turns out was a woman, and fighting, and Marco Polo. It was very bizarre, but I'm weirdly intrigued by it. Weirdly, intriguingly bizarre. But yeah, please don't ask what it's about. I don't know. Next we got Lullaby of the Dawn Volume 6. What a pretty clean cover this is. I read Volume 1 late last year and I quite enjoyed it, and I do have 2 to 5 and I've just got this Volume 6 and now it's still up to date, and I'll try and do a binge to catch myself back up to date at some point this year. Next up was a blind pickup. It's a Volume 1. It is Kaijin Fugeki Kindled Spirits Volume 1. Very blind. I did notice that it says "Oh Great" on the cover there, who has done series like Air Gear, and everything else has escaped me for now. But it's a very blind pickup. Don't know what it's about until I read it, but I'll let you know and I'll tell you all about it when I have. Next we have Mechanical Body Universe 1.0. Again, a blind pickup. I'm not sure if it's going to be good looking at the cover like that. Questionable. This is me judging a book by its cover. But yes, this is another blind pickup that I will share my opinions of at some point this year. Next we have Real Volume 16, which is a recent-ish release. I don't think it's like that recent, but I think it's the latest in the series. I'm trying to make a bit more of an effort to catch back up to date with this series because I'm not fully convinced there'll be more reprints or if the availability is going to change. I don't know how popular it is or anything. So I am missing like 5 more volumes before I'll be back up to date with 16, and then I'm looking forward to reading this one because it is such a critically acclaimed series. Next we have Star Wars Path of the Lightsaber Volume 1. Always love picking up Star Wars series. Ben always loves when I pick up Star Wars series. We both love Star Wars. I completely missed it as well. Ben had to point it out to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a brand new story. I don't know when it's set. I don't know if it's Old Republic or post. I don't know when in the timeline it's set. I'll find out when I read it though. Next we have Kingdom Volume 3. Still kind of shocked that these are coming out monthly. Still really shocked they're coming out as singles. It would be interesting to see how well it's gonna do, but I don't think we'll find out for quite a while. I don't think those numbers are typically that available. Anywho, I think having read 1 and 2, I'm gonna pick it up, collect it, but not read them month by month. I think it would actually be better and more enjoyable for me to read them in more of a binge format, because I think there's a lot of characters and I'm gonna be very forgetful and forget who is who, and I don't want to do that. I want to give the series a fair shake. So I think I'll just accumulate a bunch of volumes and do binges sporadically. Next we have Way of the House Husband Volume 15. This was to make up a 3 for 2. It is the latest one, but I actually have a gap. I haven't picked up volumes of this in quite a while. Because while I do enjoy it, it is pretty samey. Not really that much different happens. And I was reading I Feel Too Much of it at once, and I was like, I'm just going to put the brakes on it, hold off for a while. So I only really picked this up to make a 3 for 2, and they didn't have the earlier volumes at the time, so I couldn't at least get the next one that I needed. But I do enjoy it. I needed a break from it. Maybe this is the sign to now come back to it. We are not far from the end. Next we have You Can't Bluff the Sharp-Eyed Sister. I've heard of this, and I've heard about, it's the same person who's done the story of something else, and I can't for the life of me remember, which is incredibly unhelpful. I apologise. Maybe it'll say, sometimes they say if it's like a big story. Nope, I can't see it. Hey ho. It looks cute. I like my fantasy, so I'm probably gonna be all over it anyway. Next we have Flip Flip Slowly, which is a one-shot BL from what I can tell. Going in blind, just like with a lot of my one-shot BL. I have actually done quite good at staying up to date on reading my 7Cs one-shot BL in a large format. There's only like 3 or so now that I have unread in my collection, which is quite a lot less than what it was last year. Next we have Beginning After the End Volume 9. This was picked up to make up a 3 for 2. I do have a gap. I have loved Yen Press Manhwa though, so I really just need to try and pick up the rest, but so many of these volumes I've picked up like discounted or in sales, so I kind of want to wait till I can get the rest that way, but I am missing like 4 or 5 volumes of this. Next we have Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint Volume 9. I've loved the series. I was really excited to see this. I got Volume 8 at Christmas, so I have 2 volumes I can read together. Very, very, very excited. March is Manhwa month, so I've got loads of eyes pressed to get through next month, and I'm very, very excited for it. But I've also been kind of like saving them a little bit. Our final volume in the haul is Solo Leveling Volume 14. And this is kind of the first volume after the main story is completed. Volume 14 is technically side stories, if that shows up there. Side stories 1. I believe there is at least 1 more. I can't remember if there's another 2 after this. I think there's at least 1 more. I'm interested to see like what it means by side stories, what's going to happen after this, because I quite liked what happened in 13. I was a smidgen confused with all of the backstory and everything. I kind of liked what was happening with this character. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen in 14 and what it means by side stories, what's going to happen. And with that, we are done. That is my January Misc all over the place haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I picked up stuff from all over the place. And again, a massive thank you to all the publishers who have kindly sent me volumes for review. I am incredibly appreciative and grateful. Thank you. If you haven't already, do remember to like and subscribe and check out my channel memberships for early access to my videos. I am crawling back to being back on top of my videos, having lost it over Christmas from being sick. And do feel free to join the Dudette Discord server. There is a link down below. Otherwise, I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!